Hello Leo, and welcome to your December 2021 reading. So I've meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about this month. First of all, we have right to begin with the Devil and an Ace of Wands. So that can be, of course, many things. It could be a passion that is very linked to karma, codependency, and so on, or this new path, this new passion asks of you to overcome the devil in order to grasp it. So this is kind of a, sometimes we can compare ourselves to a submarine, okay? If we're at the marina and we never go deep, and in this case, let's say that you had, places where you lost power, you felt disempowered, you weren't in your highest of selves or whatever, okay? We don't really notice when we're not out there. But when a situation arrives, like here, a passion, a new drive or something like that, that's like sinking that submarine 3,000 feet, and if there's a leak, if there's a weak point, that's where it's going to break. That's where we're going to see, oh, I thought I was tight, but I am not. So it's a bit in that principle. This new passion is actually going to make you face your devil. So, but you're going to understand right away, because here I have the Page of Sword and the Wheel of Fortune. So what you understand is actually helping you to get rid of the remains of where he had power in your life. Okay, Saturn. So here, as you can see, the Sphinx on top of the Wheel of Fortune has a sword in its hand. Because we got to answer the riddle. Why? Maybe why is this in my life? Or whatever the question for you. But if we can answer it, if we actually understand it, then we don't need to live it anymore again with different faces or whatever. The wheel keeps turning. And after that, I have the Queen of Cups. So it is something that has to do with observing how you feel, what you allow in, your connection to that capacity to allow unconditional love, inspiration, intuition into your life. Under the Devil, we have the 10 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. That's why the Queen of Cups is there. There's this new wand, okay, cannot come on top of a 10 of Wands, because at that point, one more wand and we break the back. Okay, that means there needs to be release of all this weight on our shoulders that is filled with sadness, grievings of what we have lost, but also grievings of what we weren't able to do, to invest in, to have, to feel. That's the 5 of Cups. And if we keep all of that and we look at it, and then it blocks our view, and it is so heavy on us, then we cannot go back on a new path, a new passion that is light and filled with fire. We need to release that. And here under this, I have the 9 of Wands and the Moon. So this new passion probably brings up a lot of fears of being hurt, of losing, and all of our old sadnesses come up. Okay? And that's why 9 of Wands, oh my God, I don't want to have another wand where I'll be hurt, because he went through 9 battles. And with the Moon, that means I have no assurance in this new venture. Not at all. So I can only trust my intuition, but if my intuition is if my intuition is with the waters, so if my water is filled with sadness, it's not intuition, it's projection, and it's heaviness. So that's the difference here. your receptacle of intuition is your waters, where you can captate cosmic vibrations, vibrations of the grid where we're all connected in the invisible. And there you have your truth, your insights, and so on, that can guide you. That is intuition. But if you're in your waters, you are full of memories of sadness and traumas and loss. They vibrate also, kind of blurring and creating a fog in what should be your intuition. The moon quest usually asks of us to get rid of these, so we can be more clear, let's say. Okay, so Wheel of Fortune, under that we have 10 of Sword and the 5 of Sword. So of course this means 5-5. The emotions were affecting the way that you made your deductions on what you were maybe hanging on being right, proving yourself something or whatever. But the 5 of Sword is very exhausting mentally, because it is not something that is empowering, but disempowering, in a sense of either I win over the other one, but I'm still not happy, and vice versa. So end of this. Usually when we pull out the 5 of Swords, there's always like, reconsider. Do you really have to win that one? Because you won't be happy at the end anyway. So letting go of something that you're holding on to, that, and it can be your old sadnesses, that is affecting your mind, and you're understanding it and finishing that hold on it. 5 of Wands, 5-5-5, that was creating conflict within you, conflict outside of you. Here, those 3 5s, that's why the devil is there, okay? Because there are distortions that need to be rebalanced, okay? Under the Queen of Cups, we have the 3 of Cups. So that means choosing to be happy. Either I'm proving right that this is my reality, and I'm a good lawyer with the 5 of Swords here, or I'm actually looking inside and allowing happiness, fulfillment, joy, celebration of life. Page of Cup and the Empress. That new path wants to be in the vibration of love, unconditional love and abundance. That's your Empress, that allows that into your reality, ruled by Venus. So will your karma prevent it, or will you allow it? With that new path right there in your face, that's why it brings up your devil. And he's like, are you still giving me your power, or are you going to choose this? Let's clarify this for you, Leo. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Leos for the month of December. This month you will see how much it costs to hold on to your old sadnesses and making that stronger in your mind process. Okay, let's look at the Devil and the Ace of Wands. It's right here at the beginning of the month, so this is probably something that you're conscious about already. 9 of Pentacle here in the bottom of the deck, and I have the 9 of Cups. So this is really The nines, it's that achievement, the end of the cycle, not like the 10, which marks the summum, but to be ready to start a new one. But in the 9, we as individuals should, 10, it's pretty much shared and in interactions, but as individuals, that's our summit, okay, in a sense. 9 of Pentacles, this character, this archetype, knows her worth, knows who she is, her baggage, what she has built has become a richness. She's connected with spirituality. But if she's in her fears of being hurt, of losing, of trying to control her environment, then she becomes like an island. And we're not made to be islands. Then she doesn't trust the others. And she becomes extremely self-sufficient to a point where she can't grow to the 10 of Pentacles, where it is a community richness that is grown with other people, impacting other people, and so on. 9 of Cups, it's the same thing, except it doesn't have that falling possibility into becoming an island. This is when emotionally we don't need anybody. We're not codependent for our happiness. We're not looking for the happiness outside. We have it within ourselves. And therefore we can, 10 of Cups, start sharing it with other people. So here it's affecting these aspects for you. Wheel of Fortune, Page of Swords. All right, so of course you're understanding something. Here I have the 6 of Cups. You can be understanding something about your own childhood, but how you went maybe from a open heart chakra in the free giving and receiving fearlessly, without fear of losing, of owing, or anything like this, and went to I am, being safe, and so on. Here, with what you understand, it will actually, Queen of Swords, change your perception, and Lovers allow you to make an inspired decision that will have an impact on a very long time. The Lovers. So let's look at your Queen of Cups. Yeah, the Devil, or here is the last 5 of Pentacles. So you have the 4 5s here. So it's not just 3,000 feet that your submarine is sinking. It's sinking 10,000 feet, because it's bringing up all the distortions that you have learned through your life. And it's going to ask of you to really observe within yourself, what is your truth? Where do you want to vibrate? And when I say what is my truth, am I, the sum of the experiences that brought me sadness that I am carrying, and my mechanical ego way of wanting to be right and so on and control? Is this who I am? Or am I the soul that had these human experiences, but that will be able to rise above because I will understand them and make a decision at that point to release the devil? So that means releasing karma, consciously releasing karma. And when I say karma, karma starts very well with the Queen of Swords, because it's all about our perception, okay? And how we perceive reality is always filtered through our experiences, the interface of our experiences and our belief of who we are and what the world is. So if we've had, abandonment, fear of not being enough, and so on, and the 555 and all of that will make our decisions through these perceptions. We will attract things that will correspond to this perception. And then from these decisions, these attractions, we will have results that will have an emotional impact, that will feed our perception, and so on and so on. Wheel of Fortune, karma. And when you look at the Wheel of Fortune, if you cannot answer his riddle of why this is always repeating, then you have Chronos under that will just eat time and let you turn the wheel and turn the wheel for a couple of lives if you want. There's no problem, we're eternal. So, or here you understand, and here you have like the snake of, you can say the Kundalini here, consciousness rising above the animalistic fight or flight survival. So there is your month. It's a heavy month, Leo. It's gonna be one heck of a shift if you pull that one out, and understand that you will have the spiritual support to do that this month. That's why they want to talk to you about this, so you're conscious about it. Let's look at your 10 of Wands and the 5 of Cups. Ten of Wands, 5 of Cups. Okay, so I opened up on the Ace of Sword and here the Emperor. So, and here we have the Wheel of Fortune, but I'm gonna keep the Ace of Sword and here the Queen of Sword, of course, that was right there. But, and, oh, it's gone. All right. Ace of Sword, Emperor. You're getting it. You're understanding it. But since it's the Ace, kind of still is floating over your head. You haven't grasped it yet, but you have this kind of, a bit like the download of it, but without it being completely unfolded, okay? And since it's with the Emperor, this is all about how you act out there, your divine masculine, and how other people are acting towards you, but how you're mastering your empire. And when we look at the Emperor, when he is, you know, he's got that red cape around him. Red is passion, is grounded, is victory, okay? He is mastering, he is completely grounded here. He is not aggressive, but he does have his armor under his cape. So that means that he is ready to fight for what he believes, sword, for what he wants to create, for what he wants to go for how he feels, to honor how he feels, and so on. The 4 kings in there. So here you have a whole understanding about that in you and outside of you. Let's look at the Moon and the 9 of Wands. The World. That's beautiful. Okay, and now we have the 10 of Pentacles. See, the end of this can be familial bloodline karma. Okay, how you were taught, what was given to you, and here I have a lot of anxiety and worry. That's why the 10 of Swords has to be there. There's a lot of, when it came to 9 of Wands, 9 of Sword, here is the World. When it came to, you know, what I've managed to create in my life and my, you know, my family, my house, the white picket fence, the kids, the grandkids, the dogs, and so on. That's what's on the 10 of Pentacles. It talks about a huge, long wheel, okay, cycle in the Pentacle world. It was very associated, let's say that cycle where, you know, your abundance and so on, very associated with anxiety and fear because of lack, because of maybe being screwed because of conflict, because of loss. And now it's coming all to the surface because it's creating a pressure, because you're at this point where that's it. It's over. Time to understand it, to change it. The world, the wheel of fortune, that's it. Let's look at that 10 of sword and the 5 of sword. Yeah, there it is. So that ace of wands, after this, see, there it is again, the ace of wands with the fool and judgment. We need judgment to get rid of the devil, per se, because we need to face him, to face the parts of us that bought his lie, that's what we deserved. You know, like if we don't need, abandonment doesn't need to be, okay, I was left on the steps of a church, you know, as a baby. Abandonment doesn't take much to buy that lie, especially when we're a kid. Just as soon as things do not become unconditional, then it is conditional to my performance, to what I do for others, to, you know, I will receive love, attention, and so on if I do this and this. Maybe I feel I'm inadequate. Maybe I feel I'm not enough. I'm never enough. Maybe I have crazy expectations that I got somewhere. Maybe. You see what I mean? This is very sinuous but powerful. And so here, judgment brings those part of us that bought the lie of the devil. Okay? This is what you are, this is it, and so on. So that we can re-embrace them, face them, re-embrace them with our consciousness and our light and love for ourselves that we have today. And that's how you get rid of the first step towards illumination, which is the devil. Because if you don't face it like that, you're just going to la la land, you know, if you still have this within yourself. The Fool, that's a card of faith. And if you look at the Fool, he only has one wand, and his wand is pretty light. That's how he can jump with fate, because he's not holding on to all of that energy. And here the 4 of Pentacle in reverse here, because you're going to release all of that in order to be so light and free. Let's look at the 5 of Wands. Five of Wands, 4 of Wands. Yes, no more conflicted. Here, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, Queen of Cups. You're really cleaning in your waters. So the submarine idea was very good here, because instead of having troubled waters with your fire all over the place here, you're gonna go deep and bring to the surface all of this so that you can address it. That's what you're doing this month. And we do have the full moon in Cancer, of the Cancer full moon, not in Cancer because we're in Sagittarius, but the Cancer full moon, and there's going to be an eclipse on top of it. So there's your water, there's all of that emotional security here that is going to be addressed. Okay, let's look at that 3 of Cups. Yeah, all right, 3 of Cups, 3 of Cups. And here I have the Tower with the 7 of Swords. And in order to be happy, in order to celebrate life, this is our social network that when we're with people, we are actually rising our vibration with them. I'm even more happy after meeting my friends than before. I don't feel like I was screwed, powerless, or whatever. Okay, the Tower has to come down here. In a way, it's a change of attitude towards what is the other. The other meaning the universe, meaning your neighbor, your friend, your family, whatever. The Tower is breaking the way you used to control your world. You used to reign over your empire with a lightning of understanding and a download. And you're going to be very conscious of how you gave up your power when it came to your life and when it came to where you vibrated. I cannot be happy because I went through all of this. This is where you're going to see this month how you gave your power on that. And so, Knight of Wands, I think you're just going to take that new wand, that new way of bringing your fire, and instead of being on the defensive here, you're going to be, here I am. I understand the lesson. My wands are balanced with my heart chakra. I am not in conflict anymore. I'm not on the defensive. I have nothing to prove. I'm coming back from war. The war where I lost, where I suffered, where I had to outwit everything and control, and I had anxiety and so on about all of this. I'm coming back from it. I understand the lesson. That's why he's got the world crown on his head and on his wand. Huge karma release, Leo. And on that, I'm, lifting my invisible hat to you. Because that's no small feat. It's going to be intense, but what a shift. Okay? What a shift. So on this, thank you for watching, sharing, commenting. If you want a private reading, the description is below. There's an email. You write to me, I write to you back. Also, I wanted to say that this month, on the 17th, 18th, and 19th of December, I'm participating in the International Conference on Spiritual Technology that is accessible on the web. I am going to put the website in the description below so that you can go and see all the different speakers during these 3 days and so on. Very interesting. People from different backgrounds, from Orisha, Root Doctor, Tolkien, and so on, so many. So I'm very happy to participate in that. Of course, I'll be speaking about the tarot. And also, thank you for the ones of you that gave donations. Helps more than I think, and then you think. And then I think also, because I'm always so amazed, thank you very much. On the 4th of December, I'm going to do a little ceremony to give you back. Happy holiday, Christmas, Hanukkah. We're December here, the winter solstice. May you use this day to plant your seeds so that, the impact of the next sun that will come back into our lives, the days are going to start getting, longer and longer after that. So a very beautiful winter solstice to plant your seeds. And on this, my Leo, I'm sending you all my love and light. Namaste, and I'll see you next month.